What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Pokemon Masters video. Today, we're going to be talking about a little bit of something interesting about the pricing model for this game. It's definitely better in some ways and worse in some ways than the average gacha game, so I feel like we definitely need to talk about it, what you guys should be doing to take full advantage of it. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So, guys, first and foremost, before we actually get into what you guys should be doing, I do need to mention that all of the footage you guys are seeing off to the side right now is B-roll provided by my friend Brad. Definitely check out his channel, Bradical 2.0, or just his main channel, Bradical, where he's going to be posting content for Pokemon Masters. He's already posted quite a few gameplay videos and just general Let's Play videos. Really solid creator, makes some amazing videos, so definitely check out his content. Link in the description below. Now, guys, I've gone ahead and gathered a lot of information about the pricing model and the summoning model in the game, and there are a few things that you really need to think about before you're actually deciding if you're going to spend a lot of money on this game or not. So, guys, first and foremost, let's go over some numbers. If you want to get a specific sync pair, that is to choose a specific sync pair, there is a sort of pity system, a pity timer that you're going to be able to use to get a specific sync pair. Doesn't matter what it is, you can choose any of them that are actually available as summons. Now, how much is it going to cost to actually do that? Well, you have to do a total of about 14 multis to be able to get enough points, which is going to be 400 points to exchange for a single specific sync pair. Now, how much is a single multi going to cost? Well, on average, if you're buying all of your currency, it's going to cost you about $25 per multi at the best possible value per currency. And that seems like a lot. Now, we do, and it is a lot, by the way. Don't think I'm saying that's not a lot of money. It is a lot of money to spend on a single multi-summon, a single 10 summon of sync pairs. Now, I will say that the rates in this game are 7% on 5 stars, not 5% or lower, which is the usual rates on 5 stars or the equivalent in other games. And I think that that's very important to note because obviously it's going to mean that you're more likely over time to get, each character, okay? Most likely you're going to be getting each character, in a specific amount of summons. And that is obviously going to be less than, if the rates were 5% or even lower than that. So that is important to note. It is more generous and it's less generous. So it kind of evens out a little bit. Now, that means if you are buying every paid currency that you possibly could need to get a single choice summon, you will need to spend $350, guys. That is ridiculous. But what I will say is that you probably are also going to be getting a lot of free currency. We don't know exactly how the distribution of free currency is going to go, but at this point in time, I would say it's definitely a reasonable assumption to think that in a Pokemon gacha game, we're probably going to get quite a bit of free currency awarded through events and, through all of the things that you have to do in game, login, rewards, and things like that. I'd imagine there's going to be a lot, so just don't freak out just yet. But nonetheless, that is a lot of money to have to spend to get a single guaranteed 5-star that you do want. Now, again, with the rates being more than average, you're probably going to pull quite a few 5-stars that you're looking for just by, normally summoning. But we don't know how often new characters and sync pairs are going to be introduced to this game, so that's something that you definitely need to take into account. We don't know if things are going to get power creep significantly. There are a lot of things to take into account here. So what should you be doing when you first start the game to take full advantage of this system? Now, right from the beginning, I would imagine we're probably going to be seeing a lot of free currency given out just by logging in and just, release rewards and all those things. It's usually pretty crazy to get people involved in gacha games, get them hooked on the game and feel invested in the game enough that they're willing to spend when the sales roll around. So really, guys, what that means is most likely we're going to be able to re-roll, which is essentially when you delete the game data, if you don't pull something from your first multi or your first few singles, depending on how long. It's usually about 15 to 20 minutes of progress in the game to get to a point where you can throw down some summons. And if you don't get a 5-star or what you're looking for equivalent to a 5-star out of those summons, then you delete your account and then you just, re-download the game or you just make a new account. Whatever the re-roll system is going to be for this game, I'd imagine we're going to have it figured out very quickly, if not already at this point in time. And definitely that's going to be something you want to look into, especially and most importantly, if you're going to be a free-to-play player. Rerolling is a major part of gacha games early on in their lifespans. You want to make sure that you're starting out with the best possible lineup, and the way that you do that is just continually rerolling until you, as a free-to-play player or as a pay-to-play player that doesn't want to spend a ridiculous amount of money on the game right off the bat, get a decent amount of characters or just a decent character that you want to use on your main team. Obviously, you do want to do some research to make sure that you're getting the best possible characters. You don't re-roll over something that's actually really good. but you do want to make sure you have a small list of things you're going for, and then just go from there. Just do it as a gradual process, especially if it's not super long, in-depth, and annoying to actually do those rerolls. Given how expensive it is to actually buy the paid currency straight up, I will say that rerolling is about the most attractive offer you could possibly have in the beginning of this game. You know, it's probably the most expensive, and, you know, rightfully so. Obviously, being the Pokemon IP, people are going to spend a lot of money on this game. You know, I think that kind of goes without saying, but I will say that, you know, they've started out very, very greedy, very, very over the top in how much it's going to cost for every single summon. And that means that rerolling is a very attractive offer, and I definitely would recommend that everybody watching this right now look into it when the game comes out in your respective country. So yeah, guys, is this game going to be really expensive to keep up with? Yeah, it is. And if you want every single character, it's going to be very, very hard to keep up because, you know, unless you're a whale and you have no problem spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to get one specific character, you know, you're not going to be able to get every character. But that doesn't mean you can't be competitive, and it doesn't mean you can't get the best possible team, at least in the beginning of the game. So absolutely, please, please, please look into rerolling. I'm going to be putting out a guide on it, obviously, when the game comes out globally. But, you know, I definitely think you guys should look into it beforehand if you're trying to build up, you know, a good start before the game goes out globally. You know, if you've got a nice little Singapore VPN or something going on there, then definitely make sure you look into this before you invest too much time into the game. Additionally, be careful with your progress because you might end up losing that if you do link it to your Nintendo account and then you switch over to another region. That is technically against the rules, so just keep that all in mind. But I will see you guys very soon for the next one. Let me know if you're enjoying the game or not, if you've actually started playing it already. I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Additionally, if you have any ideas for future Pokemon Masters videos you would like to see on the channel, I would love to hear that as well. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.